Greetings to you all from the Holy Family Church here in Youghal. My dear brothers and sisters, we have entered Holy Week, which leads us through the dark days of the Passion of Jesus and his death to the great celebration of his resurrection on Easter Sunday. This is a strange Holy Week. These past weeks have deprived us of a great deal, of our freedom of movement, of visits to family and friends, of our Sunday and our daily Eucharist. We have been confined, either alone or with others, to our homes. And this Holy Week will be one without ceremony, without gathering. As we look forward to Easter, we cannot be sure that these deprivations will soon pass. There may be further days, weeks, or even months of restrictions ahead of us as we strive to avoid the spread of this terrible coronavirus. This strange Holy Week reminds me a great deal of another strange Holy Week in which many of us shared. The Holy Week of 2003, when following the celebration of the 8 o'clock Mass in the parish church on Palm Sunday, Dean Thornhill was taken into hospital. During that Holy Week, in the words of the letter to the Hebrews, we offered up prayer and entreaty, aloud and in silent tears, to the one who had power to rescue out of death. Our celebration of the Holy Week liturgies was made more concrete and real by the presence of the mystery of death in our midst. The journey of Jesus through Holy Week was mirrored in the life of our dying pastor, and that somehow made our participation more reflective and fruitful. This Holy Week has many similarities. The journey of Jesus into the mystery of death, particularly those dark times in Gethsemane, when he cried out in anguish, "Now my soul is troubled," being mocked and scourged by the Roman soldiers, falling beneath the cross, and finally his piercing cry on Calvary, my God, why have you abandoned me?" Many people may feel abandoned in these days of isolation, of being cocooned, even though at one level they realize it is necessary. Jesus too knew that his suffering was necessary, but that did not take away the human feeling of being abandoned. Celebrating the Eucharist in a large empty church is a strange experience, but I certainly have felt the nearness of all who have been participating through the medium of radio. And many people have spoken of the consolation they receive by hearing the Mass on radio. And I believe that we have been together. We have been present to the Lord and to one another, just in a different way. God does not abandon us, even when he imposes hardship on us. And we remember in our anguish that he did not spare his own Son, but gave him up for us all. Let us listen attentively this Holy Week. Our ceremonies will be broadcast on Community Radio Youghal, and we will be undistracted by our usual activities. We will have a less active, but hopefully more reflective participation in the mysteries of Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and the Great Easter Vigil. Just as the first Easter, which opened for us the way to paradise and glory, did not remove suffering and sorrow from the world, so this Easter does not promise an end to our Lent-like deprivations, but it gives us hope it renews our faith, and it makes us grow in love. I would like to say a special word to all those people we meet in the shops and on our walks during this shutdown time. People who have been so cheerful, so positive, and so accepting of the restrictions on us. That attitude is a great way of helping one another. We have hope that this too will pass, and we will gather together again as God's people in the churches we love and cherish, with a renewed gratitude for the mysteries we celebrate, a new appreciation of experiences we may have previously taken for granted. To the boys and girls preparing for First Holy Communion and Confirmation this year, you are not forgotten, and your great day will come, although we do not know when. But keep up your prayers for the coming gift of the Lord in the Eucharist and the coming of the Holy Spirit. It will be all the more special for the strange year we are experiencing. To everyone, I wish the deep spiritual blessings of Holy Week and a very happy Easter.